party.
that
You lose
applies to
respect.
the Virginia Tech Hokies. What a scene this is. A veritable cavalcade of colors, stripe after stripe, that they hope leaves the visitors dizzy. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the South Carolina Gamecocks, taking on the 9th-ranked team in the land, the Virginia Tech Hokies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollock, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Gamecocks will kick it away first. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the offense on first down. Going to the ground. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. To throw, it's Vasco. Makes his connection. They'll mark him down right there, but it is a big play, and they'll move the chains. If the Hokies can keep this up in the passing game, that'll make them touch that Hokie stone with a little more enthusiasm.
Yeah, it'll get them jacked up. It'll get them excited. A lot of times with Virginia Tech, man, we've seen it. It's the defense. It's the special teams. But when they can get that QB throwing the ball down the field and create some balance, it's when they have their best teams.
Grab behind the line. It's Mason. And the defense coming with bad intentions. They knock him down for a loss.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went and game tackled.
Got it set up on the outside. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
He wants to throw it again. He rifles one deep down the middle. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Hokies. And with that first touchdown, the old Hokie Stones are trembling in this great stadium.
Yeah, and such great fans. And Lane Stadium early in the game has a reason to be rocking. They get on the scoreboard first. Everybody going bananas.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Offense set on first down. From the gun, running back on the move. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
Yeah, the defense has to be careful with this slot receiver running these drag routes. You can't lose him. If he catches it on the other side and turns up the sideline, he can take it to the house.
Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
The Gamecocks will have it 1st and 10. To the air, it's Sellers. It's complete to the right. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
Really nice job by quarterback and wide receiver. This is why you do film work. This is why you throw on air all offseason. I know I get zone coverage. I know exactly where I'm breaking. I know exactly where to deliver the football. Nice throw, nice catch.
Trying to find his man on first down. That's caught. It's Howell. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Unleashes one. Complete to the right. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
They're going to run it. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Second and goal for this offense. Just going to keep it after the snap. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, South Carolina. Speed behind center cannot be stopped, and the defense really can't even contain it.
No, and especially when the offense coordinator knows how to use it. You got a quarterback that can run like this, use him early and often.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Nice move to keep moving. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter, with the score tied 7-7.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. To the air, it's Basco. Safe completion on the screen. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Comes out throwing on first down. He's looking deep. Makes the grab. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be first and goal.
All right, gave up the big play defense. I know they got a big chunk, but they didn't get in the end zone. You live to fight another day. Now you got to bow your necks up and make this stop inside the 5.
The Hokies trying to pay off the threat on first and goal. Goes to the option. And the defense stuffs the run, and the ball will remain at the 2. And the D deny them on second and goal. He's looking to throw. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
I love the effort by the defense. The last play, gain of no yards. This play, they get a sack. They're playing excellent defense right now up against their own goal line.
3rd and goal coming up here. Quarterback checking the play. They're going to throw it on 3rd and goal. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Dropping back, it's Sellers. He's got his man. Good pickup there as he gets the 1st down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
Now across the 50 and at the 48-yard line, they'll have it 1st and 10. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a 1st down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that run.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. We saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
It's 3rd down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. From the gun, wants to pass. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. They really have no choice here. This is a no-brainer. You go for it here on this 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Takes a hit as he releases it and just spiked it right into the ground.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
We're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Zone coverage means everybody's looking at the quarterback. So now, when I'm I'm a wide receiver, I got to make sure I know I fit in the hole between these zones. I know where they're dropping to, and I know where I need to get to. Great job by the wide receiver finding that hole and the quarterback going straight.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rallying to the football?
Ran the ball on first down. Let's see what they do on second. To the air, it's Vasco. They're bringing heat. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone. They're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush. They win up front.
This is a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Now he's going to break the pocket. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. And the Hokies racing to the line in the hurry-up. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Timeout, South Carolina.
The Hokies will try to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires left. Pass on the way. It's picked off. Got room on the return. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Gamecocks. How about that D coming up with a play like that?
Yeah, how about that, man? 4th down, trying to go make a play, get this offense going, get it sparked, get some points on the board. And that couldn't have gone any worse. They throw the pick. Not only that, they return it all the way back for 6. That offense just shot themselves right in the foot.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Charlotte fell behind early, and it's been an uphill climb since. Thing is, this is a program that's worked the portal about as well as anyone. These kids are tough and could just find a way. They're trailing by 10 to Texas Tech. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can improve. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
Looking for a man. It's Vasco. Oh, they had the screen all set up on first down, and he couldn't make the catch.
Yeah, and you use these running backs so much in the passing game now, and you expect them to make those plays for you, to make those big explosive plays out of the backfield. Just got to make sure he concentrates and see that ball come in.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Mason. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game, but I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it.
Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. That's a live ball. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. To the air on first down. They're trying to get to it. And they got him for the sack. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They'll come out and take a knee, and that should send us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. And the Hokies will kick it away to start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They keep it on the ground to open the third. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw, it's Sellers. Flips it out in the flat. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
You know, this linebacker is a special player because not only is he good making tackles in the open field, this guy can cover. And you saw a great example of it with that running back.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down.
I know this offense came out here in the second half hoping to build on their one-possession lead, but after that incompletion, I think the smart thing is to just kick it away here and let your defense play and try to get it back to you without giving up any points.
He only needs a sliver of daylight. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. The give to the back. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on 1st down. Fast motion from the offense. Quick pass on the jet motion. Smashes through.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward and let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job. Nice execution. 1st down.
The Hokies have it with a 1st and 10. Quarterback checking off. Wants to throw on 1st down. Going for it all. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half.
Yeah, and that's simple, but it's not easy. It's a go route. Like that receiver's streaking straight down the outside of the field. And my job as a quarterback is to put that ball up in the air, keep it away from the safety. He does just that. Receiver comes down with the catch. Nice pitch, nice catch, touchdown.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Looking to pass, it's Sellers. He lets it fly. And the pass hits, picked off. He'll try to take it back. The 20. Touchdown, Hokies. And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close, David.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now, and you score so quickly. It's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being aggressive.
Pressure coming. Makes the grab.
I think that shows you the experience of the quarterback there. His primary target wasn't open, so he didn't panic. Even though he was getting hit, he was still able to find his check down and find some positive yards.
The give out of the gun. Fights off a defender. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. This offense has a second down play. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Found a little running room, and they get him stopped after a pickup of 6 to the 32.
I think one of the hardest things to do is stick to the run when it's not working. But it's those runs right there that are the reason why you have to do it, right? You can't get too one-dimensional. Keep slipping those runs in there. Keep getting a little bit of positive yards. Next thing you know, you look up and you might break one of those after you got them a little bit tired.
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. They'll try to bully their way for the first. Only able to pick up a yard before he stopped, and now it's 4th and 3.
Man, that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that third and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job.
Oh, you know you about to smoke this shit.
Got it stopped, now forcing a 4th down.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on 4th down. On the move. And the Gamecocks get it past the sticks.
Fuck out of here, man.
Good enough for a first down.
Offense has it at the 28 on 1st down. Just when they're looking run, now up top. Often a
why you touch the ball?
Great chance to force the turnover. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, and those corner routes are tough to throw for an offense. You try to force it, in between coverage a lot of times, and you could tell it was great defense. Nice job getting a hand in the air, getting it on the football, and making sure that receiver can't make a play on it.
Oh, my God.
That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
save.
This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. To the air, it's Sellers. Looking left. It's caught downfield. And he'll go down, but he has enough for the first down. The Gamecocks come to the line with a new set of downs. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. From the shotgun, the inside give. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Virginia Tech 24, South Carolina 14.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. Moves away as he feels pressure. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
These are the perfect situations you love to be in. Known passing situations. These are not where the offensive tackles want to be. And when you're on the edge and there's no threat of the run, pin your ears back, get the nice first down sack.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
South Carolina.
Well, if the momentum hadn't shifted before, it certainly has now.
It has, and now you got some game pressure, right? That's beautiful. Now the defense comes out, get you a stop, get aggressive, but the offense a little bit of pressure now because they know if the ball goes back to the other side, they could lose this ball game.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Ohio State is currently ahead in this one, but they're not exactly putting the Buckeye leaves on those helmets just yet. This is a tight one in Columbus. They're up by 7 over North Carolina. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline and get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
That kind of pickup on 1st down, and you can take a shot here on 2nd and short. They give it to him again. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the 1st down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Pulls and throws off the RPO. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short, try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
Quick completion to the right.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get 2 bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
The handoff, keep working on that clock. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
They'll snap it from the 47 on 1st down. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Quickly to the tight end.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on 1st down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on 2nd down. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down. And the Hokies want to crank the tempo. Looking to move it through the air. Release to the back. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
I love the decision by the quarterback. He found the open man, just don't love the throw. Got to be a little bit more accurate and make it easier on your target.
And here comes the offense on second down. The aerial assault continues. Using the quick game.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
It's 3rd down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. He's moving out of the pocket. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down. The Hokies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Rides to the back. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Back to throw, it's Vasco. He makes a grab. He gets it in. Touchdown, Virginia Tech.
And you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative.
Breaking
They got the
rules.
lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game. So a lot to process and think about.
Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Second down coming up. Looking for a man. It's Sellers. Unloads to the wideout. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Love the competitive nature by the defender on that play. That's just a 50-50 ball, and that defender swatted it away.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Now they'll run the draw. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
And that just about does it. That about puts this thing to bed. The offense, listen, they had to go for it, but now defense, this is a situation where you say, I'm just going to eat clock, up by several possessions, eat clock, get out of here with a W.
Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. And it's incomplete as he was trying to finish the drive with a score.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling the rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly. Haven't seen a lot of balls falling complete, especially deep down the field. That one did, but I'd expect this guy to keep letting it go.
Oh, my God.
Nowhere to go, no place to hide, and they'll knock him down for a loss of 9.
And that's exactly what I want from my offense. Like, listen, they're out of timeouts. I want this clock to tick. Now, we have seen some college coaches across college football continue to run the football and also give up the football and give a gift to the other team. This one's over if I just take a knee.
And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. On the option. He's not going to get there. Stop short on 4th down.
And listen, we know this QB wants to take off. 4th down, go time, got to make a play. Defense locked in, dialed in, got to him, got him on the ground, didn't let him get to the sticks.
Wants to throw. It's Sellers. Throws to the wideout. Got his man. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Off the play fake on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Now on 2nd down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football. Getting the big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run that clock.
He wants to throw. Feeling some heat. One last incompletion, and that'll do it. After the stumble earlier this year, a lot of people wrote this team off. People might be searching for spots